We're live. We talking about sports. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So in that point, to me, it looked like Shannon kind of took that personal. And I saw that he was it looked like he was hurt. It didn't look like it looked like he was hurt. And I think a lot of people were like, man, that's fucked up. He went out of bounds. And then there was another group of section, the 80, who were just kind of like, well, shit, I'll hop on the race part. I didn't like Skip because of XYZ anyway, so they were piling on. So at that point, I can concede with you. I can agree with you. However, I felt like Skip kind of crossed the line when he started attacking his career and his attributes personally to make his point. And so I think like, yikes, it's not like Skip
Attacking.
can do that to him. Or I mean, Shannon could do that or even would do that. I think Shannon is kind of above that. When Shannon's doing his stuff, it's more out of comical and there's no spite and vent, or I don't see it being like evil. And again, when I look at Skip, I know what Skip's job is, just like how Lil Wayne sees his job. He doesn't take it personal. He doesn't think about racism. He understands it's entertainment for him. So he looks at it for entertainment. But there are a certain group of people, like I sent you the text earlier, that 10, 10, 20. So, and they're going to 10 Shannon or Skip. No matter what Skip says, they're going to disagree with and hate it regardless, just because that's what they want. And then there's another team who's going to lock it. So it's really the 80% who are just going to be indifferent until you do X, Y, Z. So I feel like what your initial point, that you didn't see anything wrong with it. You didn't see that anything personal. Where was the lie? You were just like, to me, it was just, you were looking at it on the surface level, which is cool. You don't need to dive into that. To me, it's just an entertainment show. You don't need,
you
listen to
are
what I'm saying
hilarious.
first before you go personal. Please, please,
No,
just listen to what I'm saying.
you are hilarious with that. Like you've been doing that lately.
Can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you catch it. That's why I'm glad we're live. But you
Okay.
constantly keep saying that, like, my ideas, my conclusions, always on a surface beneath average level. You
No,
and you,
no.
no,
Let me
wait.
explain.
Wait. Hold on. Let me get the
I
last thing
don't
out.
know. I have the reason why I'm objecting is because I was in the middle of making a
Just one more thing.
statement. Hold up.
You
No,
can
no, I
object.
can't let you do this, Unbiased, because I
Oh,
know you want to record it and you want to you're trying to paint a picture, but I'm trying to explain it and you're cutting me off before I get to the period so you
all
can
right, go
run
ahead.
and paint a picture.
Get to
What
the
I'm trying
period,
to say
please.
is, what I'm trying to say is, because again, we just got into a conversation when you're saying, don't look at it from an expert point of view, just look at it from the fans' point of view. So, I mean, if we're just looking at it on a basic point of view, not getting involved into the emotion, just look at it face value. Again, not demeaning your interpretation of the information. That's not what I'm doing. Please don't assign that. That is not my motive. There's no benefit to me doing that. I'm not gaining anything out of it. What I'm saying is, if I just look at it for pure entertainment value, not education, not blackology, not Shannon is representing the black people in America and Skip is representing the white people. I'm not putting it on all those deeper levels. We're just staying at the surface. So I'm not talking about intellect level. I mean, just not reading into it. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
Now, in
like I
other
said,
arguments, you can say that I may have viewed it, and that may be true in other arguments. But
is
I'm
that a
sticking with
period?
this right now. We're sticking with this right now. We can conflate and start bringing up X, Y, Z. Last week you said this. 2 months ago you said
Is that
this.
a
Okay,
period?
fine. If I do that, I'll work on it. And if you're trying to make a point, bringing up other stuff, I'd rather not even have that conversation because I
Okay,
thought we were talking about what Skip said.
right.
I'll stop.
I
I'll
got you.
stop.
Please
Okay.
stop. So I can talk. Right now, I'm just saying.
I'll stop. I'll stop. Please stop. I love it. I love it. What are
You
you
said
drinking again?
period.
Well, what are you drinking again?
Okay, because Sammy. So you said you're gonna
Sammy.
put yeah. So you said you're gonna put a
Sam
period.
Adams?
Yeah, the best beer
Okay.
known to mankind. So so you said you put a period on it, and you must be putting a comma too on it. Your ass keep talking. All right.
No, I didn't even get to finish my point. I just stopped because I know that
I
you're.
never finished. That's the thing.
I never finished. Take your emotions out of it,
Let
bro.
me
Skip, calm
talk.
down, Skip. Come on,
DJ
Skip.
Focus.
Come on, Skip.
DJ Focus. Let me talk.
Come on,
DJ Focus.
Skip.
Y'all never
So
finished.
okay, okay,
All right.
okay, Skip. Okay, Skip.
So that's the thing. The thing is, like Shannon. Like I love Shannon over Skip. Like I relate to, but Shannon never stops. Like nigga, stop. God damn. And then he does stop. When Skip talks, he talks again. Like, yo, listen. Some people gotta know when the period is a period, right? That's why I said when y'all say period, y'all must got a comma too there. Now you gotta semicolon. They keep fucking talking. Put a period and that's it. Or a question mark period, whatever. But still it's not your goal no more. So a debate I had with Israelite. He'll say something. He'll be done. So now it's my turn, and I make a great point. I wasn't finished what I was saying earlier. You wasn't, or they ask a question and keep talking. And I'm trying to answer it. He's like, oh, I ain't done. Like, dude, how many questions you got? I thought you asked one question and I go, or you maybe part A, part B, but you're gonna ask me 7 questions. Are you serious? And then you say the same thing over and over and over. So sometimes we just gotta know when to stop. Okay. So when it
Skip and
comes
Shannon.
so yes, when it comes to first me, I believe my opinion matters. Now people can water it down and say that's a surface level and things like that. That's fine, and that's just their opinion. You know, they're one person with an opinion. Like I don't get offended, but I see that sometimes it could be a pattern where everything I ever says is always surface level or below average. No problem. So when it comes to Skip and Shannon, you gave an opinion. I don't look at it as surface. I don't look at it as Albert Einstein. I look at it as just a simple opinion. That's it. So I understand how some people can take what Skip said some way different. I think that was perfectly designed. I think their show is I don't believe they ever had a beef after that. I believe they were tight as shit. They clap hands because as long as that show keep growing, then the Club Shay Shay keep growing. Okay. Once they split, Club Shay Shay done. I mean, like it's stuck at where it's stuck at. But as long as that show keep growing, that shows you the future of Club Shay Shay. And whatever Skip's doing, that keep growing. So the mother is their show. Okay, because I watch Club Shay Shay, but I don't watch everything. You mentioned watch a flock. I didn't watch that, but I watch all that shit on Undisputed. There's a difference. I'm watching all the Undisputed. I'm not watching all Club Shay Shay. So Club Undisputed is the hub for both of them. That's the umbilical cord. Once that's cut, they're stuck where they're left to defend themselves, and they don't want to do that. So it could get heated like how we got heated. That happens. But when I get heated, a fan like, oh look, man, he hates the watcher. It's like, no, because you don't know me. You don't know that I can cuss and yell and be ready to throw a rock at you. But then once I calm down, that shit over. I'm back normal. People don't understand that. That's why me and Amber could yell back and forth, cut each other out. Normal. Me and Haskell could yell and cut each other out. After I'm done, now as I'm cussing them out, I hate them. As I'm cussing Amber, I hate her. But once I'm done and I'm out of my feelings, I'm normal. I don't hate her. It's only when I'm in war mode, it's the anybody can get it thing. But once I'm out of war mode, nah, I'm like Clark Kent now. Like I'm a regular guy, reporter. I don't hate nobody. So and that's why I can't hold grudges. Because I can only hold grudge when I'm in that mode. And once I'm out of that mode, I'm forgetful. Or I'm apologetic, either one. So if they were wrong, I'm forgetful. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But I will not apologize if I'm in that war mode, and I will not forgive when I'm in that war mode. So I believe I'm not the only person with that. I believe Skip and Shannon are humans too, and that could be part of their character as well. In war mode, they at each other's throats, and they're gonna say what they gotta say. But I don't believe it's any intent to really hurt each other. So I think when Skip brought up Shannon, you said attack. You know, that's a funny word to use because if you're bringing up his career, it's not attack. And when people bring up Stephen A. career, it's not attack. That's a fact. When people bring up LeVar Ball, what's the dad, Mr. Ball? When they bring up his career, it's not attack. That's a fact. So some of us we keep calling facts attacks. It's like, nah, this is your life, dude. Live with it. So if a guy was divorced 4 times, that's not an attack. You were divorced 4 times. If a woman got 6 kids from the 6 different baby daddies, that's not an attack. You were with 6 kids, 6 baby daddies, not an attack. I think we keep calling things attacks. It's just facts. And that's where I'm at. Like, you're not attacking me if you give me facts about myself. That's why nobody can hurt my feelings with facts about me. You can only hurt my feelings if you're lying about it. Because I can live myself with the facts. So if I got my ass kicked on camera and y'all, ooh, I'm like, okay, I lost. It's a big deal. Now, if I won and y'all saying I lost, then y'all get me out of my kind of character. But if I actually lost on camera where it's clear, let's be clear here, I'm not. All right, y'all, that ain't making me mad. Y'all lost. Okay. Am I supposed to win every fight? In my Mayweather, in my Tyson, in my Muhammad Ali? No. My Pacquiao, no. I'm a regular guy who got to a fight and lost. That wouldn't bother me. Now, Tariq went live yesterday, last night. I watched. I'm almost done with all of it. But Target Bay went live first and said he did not get slapped. He lied. Because Tariq is affirmed on this. He's affirmative. And witnesses around him say, so I know he got slapped now. He got slapped. Okay, so that's the difference between me and Target Bay. I wouldn't lie about if I got slapped, I got slapped. You dig? I'm not gonna lie about getting slapped. If I got beat up, if I got jumped, if I won by a split hair, that's what happened. I'm not gonna lie about that. His problem is he got on live and lied about it. And now he want to press charges. It's like, dude, you just, so now how can we take you serious now? But his fans don't give a shit because, he got like a pseudo base. So like lying to them is normal. They don't really hold you to a high standard. But he definitely got slapped. But that's it. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I guess I'll just work backwards. The Taharka and the Tariq Nasheed, I'm not fully informed on that, but introduction to the conversation, I'll just let that stand there. Going back to Skip and Shannon and the way you operate your debates and how you get into it with other people and you hate them in the moment and XYZ type of stuff, and you feel that's how Skip operates. I agree with what you're saying with all of that. I don't have any problem with all of that. Matter of fact, I even conceded that, and I said that's why someone like Lil Wayne, who watches the show for entertainment value, his favorite person can be Skip because he enjoys that type of stuff. Bought him a little Skip chain, and you understand? They're friends on that type of level. My point to you, and again, please stop saying the narrative that I'm devaluing your opinion or putting it on the surface level and all that type of stuff. When I'm using surface level, I'm saying I'm not trying to dig deep into it. Like underwater, the surface of the water. If you want to go underwater, there's undertones, undercurrents, ulterior motives, and we can go into all those things. And I think it's unfair because we don't know what's in someone's heart. Are you with me so far? Do you agree, disagree?
I'm listening.
Thank you. Okay, so when I'm saying I want to keep it surface level, I don't want to get into the blackology because I can't really prove that. It's entertaining. It's fun to yell and scream about it. The same thing that Skip does it because he's doing it for entertainment value. Now, across from Skip, we have Shannon Sharp. I think Shannon Sharp has a different character mode about him. He operates with a different energy. He's not the type of person, at least what it comes across. I don't know him personally. He can be a horrible person to other people and do all this duplicitous type stuff. But the way he projects himself, he's a little more down to earth, raised by his grandparents, a little Southern hospitality mentality type of person. So it came across as if he viewed Skip as his friend. So when he wanted to stop the debate and just like, wait, me and you have some sort of type of stuff. And he was like, no, I will be with Tom Brady 100% of the time, and this and that against you because he's the GOAT. And then it's like, okay, we get he could be the great and the GOAT, but you're going to be on his side on all patches over me. And I think that part to me looked like he took it personal. Even when he took his glasses off, put your glasses back on, it's like he was getting frustrated because he felt like it was becoming personal. We weren't just talking about what we think of this person, that person. You're saying this person is great, and I will take your career and everything you did and put it up against him. Like, oh, wait, I'm retired. Like, nope, I want to do this right now to get it out the way. And so he wanted to be petty and emotional or show his hate for entertainment value, but it looked like Shannon kind of got hurt by it. Again, this is just my observation. I could be 100% wrong. But again, this is my surface level. I would just not getting involved. That's just what it looked like. Now, our conversation stemmed because you were saying everybody, and again, I'm like not, I know you didn't mean literally everyone, but majority of the people that you were interacting with were giving you the impression that it was more than what it really was. And you didn't view it that serious, but other people who were watching said that it was disrespectful to a degree. Whatever what it is, they saw something in that episode that was disrespectful. So Jalen Rose, Shannon Sharp, the other guy, even though it could be ulterior motives, Stephen A. Smith, like everybody wanted to step out and say like, hey, that was a little extra on that. That was something different. That was something different. Even the Up in Smoke pot, even their interview Charles Barkley, like everybody was saying that it was something extra. Could they be wrong? Sure, they could be wrong. To me, I look at it as if it's entertainment. Skip was at work. He was in game mode. He didn't take none of that shit personal. He probably felt like afterwards, are we cool? Is everything okay? And Shannon could have like, yeah, we cool, we cool. But from the outside fans' perspective, it looked like he was throwing low blows and he hit you and you got upset and you wanted to respond to it, but you had to remember where you were type shit. It looked like there was something more than what we see. Now, again, to understand the business, we know that they both make their bread and butter on that show, but they also have their own podcast. Skip's podcast, I don't know what it's doing, but I know Shannon's podcast just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So his shit is booming and growing. I'm sorry?
You said 100. You mean 100,000? What do you mean?
I thought he hit 1 million subscribers because I just saw like a thing that came across.
You said 100. That's why I was correcting you.
Excuse me. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. He hit 1 million subscribers.
Okay.
So to me, it's like, okay, I get it. They have their own career and they're doing everything on the side, but the show that they do together is their bread and butter. That point you brought up, I don't concede. I mean, I don't have any disagreements with that. I agree with that. And I think that it would be wise for Shannon to stay on that show and have a working relationship with that man. But it doesn't seem like a friendship type anymore. They smile and they kiki and joke, but there's certain times, just like Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, yeah, they're friends, they smile and snap. But from the outside, it's hard to get everyone to believe that things are going to be back to normal when shit gets that deep. You understand? And Shannon looked hurt because even after the argument, Shannon wanted to say, okay, let's get out of this football. You going to trust that mofo more than me? And like you and him are friends more than me? I go out with you and Ernestine, you know my family, I know your family, this and this and that. But besides football, you going to pick that dude more than me? And Skip stayed in character mode and doubled down on it. And then Shannon was like, oh, okay, all right. He put the glasses on. He did a little thing with the shoulder, like popped his suit jacket collar type shit. And was like, all right, it is what it is. And I was trying to watch the show after that. Let me finish up. And I noticed when they were talking about he was on court side and getting love from LeBron. He was asking some stuff. And he was like, well, he wouldn't have came over there if I was over there. And then he made a quick remark. And then he was like, are you going to go to the other time? Or you want me to go with you? Or this other type of show? And then Shannon, like I saw quickly Shannon look over there and didn't even respond to it. And then Skip was like, oh, okay, just chucked his head to the side. I was like, all right. So I'm looking at little things. I'm like, it may not be the same. Again, I don't think they hate each other. They make any money. You don't have to love the person you're working with. But it just looked like the relationship from that point went straight business.
All right, let me go. All right. So it's okay to know you a guy. All right. Everybody you got. We're humans, right? No human want to feel like they got. Everybody's a smart person to say, it wasn't me. Everybody but me was fooled. And I'm saying, nah, you were fooled. And it's okay. It happens. First of all, Shannon Sharp is not this loving kid, cuddly. This dude, damn it, he had to apologize for his actions at the Memphis game. This dude ain't no damn. He's a rough, aggressive dude, and you seen it at that Memphis game. He wasn't the victim. He was the aggressor. He admitted. Okay, so who shot? Who big as hell? So now Shannon and Skip, they're not friends. They're like any other coworkers. They work together. It makes money. That's it. They live totally, completely different styles. Shannon, the way he lives, spiritual, and you see his podcast. You see who's on there. I don't see anybody white in his podcast. It's all black folks. So they live entirely, and Skip is probably conservative. They live entirely different lives. And I will probably bet Skip ain't even religious. Shannon is highly spiritual and religious. So they're not friends, and they're not required to be friends. But I believe they respect each other a lot. Okay, that's why I keep saying Skip, saying his name 1,000 times. But I think they value each other. So when he said, "You gonna take Brady over me?" Yes, if he idolized Brady, like my boys would take LeBron on my ass. They'll take John Moran on my ass. They don't know John Morant. They know me. John Morant ain't goes to their barbecue or daughter. I did all that. But if they gotta choose friendship, they're gonna go with their idol over me. That's understood. Brady is Skip's idol. Everybody knows you're gonna take Beyonce. They're gonna take Beyonce over every. Look, relatives. I hate all y'all for Beyonce. I'll take Beyonce over every last relative. You dig? That's what we do as humans. So yes, he's gonna choose his idol over his damn coworker. If he could play golf with Skip, Shannon or Brady, it's gonna be Brady. Everything. If you ask Skip, honestly, I'm gonna invite you to things where it's just you and Shannon. But if you could just insert Brady and you could skip Shannon. And everything we ever invite you to. Is that okay with you? He's gonna say hell yes. Hell yes. Put Brady in replace of Shannon of everything you invite me and him to do. Even my debate partner. You want to put Brady there? He retiring? Okay, I'll sign off. That's his idol. That's expected. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like they got people. They got people. Sometimes the script, they say, okay, keep it going. Okay, now we off script, but it's still in script. Keep it going. Now it's just natural. Keep it going. Nothing that was going on was extra. He didn't call Shannon out his name. He didn't call him a coward. He said, you're Joseph Brady, and I believe all that was script. It's to grow the platform, and it works. Everybody's talking about it, and the next show, they love each other. The next show. And right now, they love each other even more. They appreciate that because they both benefited from that show gaining that type of publicity. And for Charles Barkley and Stephen A., all these guys to comment, who's to say they're not in on it? They're not told, hype it up. Because they got bosses too. I don't recall them having their own platform where they're talking freely. They're on TNT and TBS and ESPN. They're told, no, yeah. We'll talk about that. Because again, this country is divided by race. And I gave Mayweather my analogy. When Conor McGregor was about to fight, and we know Mayweather's controlling, he said, yo, take the racist route. So, yeah, you little monkey. Oh, you're racist. That's not how Conor McGregor talks to black people. You don't do that. Not openly. That's the first time you heard something. So that was clearly scripted to get people more involved and black folks to say, Black Lives Matter, beat Conor McGregor. It's big to sell more tickets. That's all. That's it. Here go.
Okay. That sounds cool and very charitable, but there was a lot of contradictions in that. So you go from saying Shannon is just some thug, he's an aggressor, this type of that. But then if you look at the team or the person and Dylan Brooks and recognize that he got to a scuffle with 4 or 5 people 2 or 3 games prior to that and 2 or 3 games after that, to the point he getting suspended, it's one thing to call him the aggressor and say that. But again, we don't know the situation. We don't know what was happening going back and forth. We're not sitting courtside. But when you rouse somebody up, that's what they're going to do. But then when you're using the analogy, talking about Skip being some street, whatever, not religious, Shannon's being religious and a good, wholesome person, that doesn't really cut to me. You just explain 2 different sides, but you want to ride with him being a rah-rah bully type thing, even though we only seen it one time, one incident with the person who's been known as hit niggas in the nuts, who done a lot of dirty shit, fucked up GP. He has a history of playing dirty, and everyone in the NBA knows it. But I mean, we can gloss over that just because we want to paint Shannon as just some super hyper thug who's irresponsible and can't be stopped. Okay, that's the narrative you want to paint. Fine, that's cool. I'll put that aside and let the people listen and judge on that. If we want to look at him saying, Skip, you don't, we're going to get together there. We're still friends after that and everything is fine. Again, this is us speculating what we think. All I'm trying to say, when Shannon wanted to put the argument aside and wanted to have a conversation with him because he wanted to see where they were going. Just because you have a reason doesn't mean it's an excuse. There's a reason why things happen. I get it, but that doesn't excuse the behavior or the result. So Shannon wanted to test the waters and see, like, okay, you want to argue about the sports, you want to say he's better than me and this and that. That's not even the conversation, but you want to discredit what I'm saying, anything about him, because you're painting a narrative as if I'm jealous because his career did this, my career did that, and he played this length of time and I played that length of time. That's what I think Shannon was really perturbed with or upset. So when he started asking pretty much on the friendship type level, And then Skip doubled down. We're like, yeah, I'm going to be friends with him, this and that. And then Shannon was like, oh, okay, I see it. We have a working relationship. Now, if they're all scripting it and they're doing it for views and ratings, and that's how they compromise themselves, sure, fine. In my opinion, I thought Shannon was above that. But hey, I don't know the dude. You could be absolutely right. So I'm not going to try to argue that, even get emotional about it and yell and scream and throw little jabs in the process of trying to express my point. I can just concede it because I don't want to assign motive to that. All the other people who had their opinions, they've always been upset with Skip for X other reason. So I'm not trying to highlight one person's opinion. I was just saying like the whole community descended on it. And then again, I know that they were making it racial, but none of my points and my arguments were taking it racial. I thought it was more of a discussion like Shannon found out what it really was. Because I've had many coworkers or many clients and many parents that I thought they really appreciated me and they really liked me and stuff. But then when I try to give them some hard truths about their kid, not only did they disagree with what I said, they want to let me know the mistakes I made and the substitutions I should have did last week. And one kid I should have put on the team that denied. It's like, I see a whole bunch of other things coming. I'm like, okay, wow, this is more than just this one incident. Okay, so now I see how you really view me. I need to remove the friendship. I don't need my daughter to come sitting in your lap playing because I can see you have a whole bunch of ulterior motives. And you could have brought that to me at any given time. But if you were just documenting, so as soon as I do one thing you don't like, you could just unload on me. It gave me a different perception of you. Again, I don't hate you, but it just lets me know, like, okay, I gotta give you the long handle treatment. And I think Shannon got his quote unquote nigga wake up call. And again, that's just my opinion. Could it be true it was all staged? Yes, Unbiased. You could be right. Could I have been naive thinking that they were best friends type of stuff? Possibly. Never said it, but sure. If it makes the argument stronger, yeah, I thought they were best friends. They went and hang out. No, it's obvious that they were not friends. But Shannon had like a certain amount of well, no, I don't even want to assign that because I can't even be truthful. That's me trying to put something that ain't there. So I'm not disputing what you're saying, but I feel that Shannon looks at him completely different. And when Skip was trying to joke like, hey, we can go to the game together or I can go with you, the way that he looked at him off, looked into the camera and popped his shoulder, like didn't even respond. And Shannon's or Skip, the way he shrugged his shoulders, like, oh, okay. That let me see a little insight that it may not be as clean as what we thought. Because Skip is like, he can hate you in the moment and do this type of stuff. And then there's some people who's like, man, I would never have that hate in my heart for this stupid conversation. I don't have to go to that level to try to win my optics because that's Skip. That's all his bread and butter. He has to do that. He's entertaining. They're in Phoenix, Arizona right now, and they're doing their show live. And when you're watching it live, now I see, okay, this is like the WE or WWF. He's really trolling, and the people in the audience, they love that shit. They were going wild for it. It looked like a rock star to them. So I get it. It's entertainment. I understand that. And I think he's very good at what he does. Very good at what he does. Playing that line. I don't think Shannon plays that line to the same degree. So it's up for Skip to carry both sides. And that was one time that he got Shannon amped up to have the same amount of energy, because most of the time Shannon, you can see he's acting and playing. When he's pounding on the table and doing all that type of stuff, you can see it's more of a gimmick. That moment when the glasses came off, it just didn't look like a gimmick to me. It looked like he was really hurt because he thought he had some sort of a friendship, but he recognized that or let me say it this way. In that moment, he thought that, okay, shit, we're not friends. Afterwards, sure, I'm sure they fixed it. But in that moment, he was just like, oh shit, I'm supposed to keep my game face on until the red light goes off. And that's what it looked like to me. He got caught with his feelings out there instead of staying in game mode. He went out there without his helmet and got wrapped. Maybe that's a more fair way to say it. Mikal Bridges is killing, boy. He got 21. Cam Thomas, he got 4 points, 2 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line.
Who?
Cam. Dinwiddie has I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dinwiddie has 5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He's shooting bad. He's 1 for 6 on the field and 0 for 2. So it's Mikal Bridges who's carrying the team right now. He's 7 for 12. And then C. Johnson. Is that Cam? What's his first name?
Yeah. So
Cameron. Yeah.
So I understand how people could look at it from like I understand how people can't see it from a gimmick standpoint. It's because they are looking at it from a surface level. But if you look at it a little deeper, you'll see that it's a gimmick. But that's all.
Are you insulting the way that the people look at it, or are you making a valid point?
It got them right. Well, the people are for the picking. So and people are usually reactionary, especially black folks. We're reactionary. So we're waiting to respond like that to a racial, something racial. But I said what I said. I stand on it, and people just gonna agree or disagree. I don't gotta keep going back and forth to brainwash people. I believe I made enough sense. I believe I made enough sense, and it's sufficient. So, what do you think about the Kyrie trade to Dallas, and how does that help Dallas in the West? To what degree?
To me, I'm terrified for Dallas if he doesn't sign an extension, because I feel like they gave up so much and he could just walk and go wherever he wants at the end of the year. So it's, to me, it was like, I get it, I understand it, but it's, if I'm running a business, it's hard for me to just trust that guy, Kyrie, that he's gonna sign with them. It's like they got to walk on eggshells around him just to get him to sign. And then once he signed, then it's like, dude, this ain't your team, this is Luka's team. Like, this is kind of, again, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think it was for Mark Cuban to make that move without any, again, we don't know the background type shit, but it just seems like they gave up a lot. And at the end of the year, this fucker can just go to the Lakers, or he can just go to Chicago, or he can just go to Miami. They have nothing to hold. So that's scary to me. Going to Brooklyn, I think is fucking amazing for what they got for him, because Dinwiddie, he's like a Kyrie light, and then they got a defender, and then they got all those Sun play. I mean, like I think that it was really one-sided and done on faith. So what we're hoping now, that's just the business side of it. Now getting to the gameplay, I think is going to be amazing, because that's a dangerous backcourt. Kyrie doesn't have to pound the hell out of the ball, and he's played with someone who pounds the hell out of the ball. So he knows that he can get to his open spots. He knows he can cut. He can be a spot up shooter and still contribute. And he's smart enough, because Kyrie's thirsty. He done messed up his shoe bag. So he has to kind of play ball. So he has to distribute the ball and be a good team leader and be good in the community to rehab himself, because he wants that big max contract. What is it? 4 years, 200 million type shit. And he's kind of a loose liability. Nobody wants to give him a 4-year contract. So he has to be on his best behavior right now, and he has to play well. And he's going to have to acquiesce to Luka when he comes to make Lucas happy until he gets that contract. That's just my loose opinion. I haven't seen them play it together yet. I've seen him play by himself, and he's carrying the team.
So just your projection. So where should they be placed at in the West? Like when you say top 10, and where we at? Or not, matter not top 10, just top 8, because it's the playoff spots.
Not counting the play-ins. Where are they at right now? Aren't they currently in position? I can check. Hold on. I can check to be sure. Hold on.
Definitely should.
Let me see standings. Currently, Dallas is 4th. So, I mean, if him and Luka, I don't know, because I'm trying to project. I think they should be 4th or better, theoretically. Adding that much scoring.
What's the highest they can go?
I know the highest?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
What's the highest they can go?
The highest? That's hard for me to project, because I have to see how Luka's going to play.
No. Without seeing just the fact they acquired Kyrie. Okay, just off that, just off that, without seeing anything, what's the highest you believe it can go?
The highest, I can't say playoffs, but you mean like finishing in the season?
Yeah, the seed.
Or
Number
can
one,
we
number
do
two,
a
number three,
playoff
number four.
projection?
Yeah, playoff projection. The seed.
Bro, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not trying to be slippery and shit, but I don't know what Memphis looks like. I don't know what Denver is going to look like. I want to see what Phoenix is going to look like.
I'm just saying right now, everybody plays the same, except for Dallas, right? Everybody plays the same, except for Phoenix and
You
Dallas.
can't say that because they got
Okay.
Kevin Durant went to Phoenix, bro.
Yeah.
If Phoenix is 5, Dallas is 4.
That's why I said
Okay.
you cut me off. I said without counting Phoenix, or matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do the new Lakers team, the new Phoenix team, and the new Clippers team, and this new Dallas team. We're all considering those.
They're going to sign. They're waiting for the buyout market, so they're about to get
right. So we're assuming. I just want to not be long-winded. We're assuming that they get Westbrook like this. Everything's saying. So they get Westbrook, and they're saying Minnesota might get Pat Beverly, or the Bulls might get Westbrook, but they're looking like Clippers number one for that. Okay, so if that's possible, just off that, so we go with the current conditions, current state of Lakers, the current state of Phoenix with the acquiring with KD and getting TJ Warren, and then the Clippers, everybody who they got. Okay, with that, do you think Dallas stay at 4? Do you believe it go below 4, meaning to like higher to like 3, 2, 1, or go 5, 6, 7, 8?
I'm looking at the standings right now just to get an understanding. Denver's leading right now, so I don't see any of the teams developing enough chemistry and understanding the system with this amount of time to really dethrone them. The closest team to them is 4 games behind, which is Memphis. I don't remember what Memphis did. Did they get somebody? Yeah, did they get height? Who did they get?
I think they got a shooting guard. Yeah, they got somebody decent.
Okay, so I mean that probably might.
Oh wait. I think they got my man was it Danny Green? They got a shooter. No. They got
No, they gave him up.
No. They got Luca Kennard.
Oh, they got a shooter. Oh shit. Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, you can't double jaw on that drive because he's going to kick it to the wing now, and then they can swing it. So I mean, I think Denver, they're about 4 games ahead of Memphis, and Memphis is 3 games ahead of Sacramento. So I think Denver and Memphis, they might stay in the top spot. What did Sacramento do?
Man, they up and down, bro.
That's my point. They're very inconsistent, and they were number 3, and they just got the ass whooped by Dallas without Luka. Kyrie gave them the bit, but it was a close game though, so I can't just hand wave that. So Sacramento, I don't think they're going to hold that 3. So I think number 4 is Dallas. So I think Dallas will come up because Sacramento's only 1 game ahead of them, and then half the game behind them is Phoenix. I think Phoenix can probably take Dallas, take Sacramento, and Phoenix might go as high as 2, just because KD, Booker, and Ayton alone. Not even talking about Chris Paul and him managing the game and hitting his shots are going to be so much easier because he's going to be open. They be working the shit out of him, and his legs be dead, and then they pick and roll and they beat him up. So that's why he's suffering in the 4th quarter because I'm watching his games out here. So again, I know he's getting older. He lost a step, but he can still manage the game. And if you got to double Booker on that drive, or you got to double KD, the game's going to get a lot easier for them old heads. And if you ever been to the gym with an old head who can shoot, and that was all he has to fucking do, you're in trouble. So I think Phoenix is probably going to go up to 2, if not 1. The Clippers, they're 8 games behind number 1, and they're at 6. And they have the opportunity to get everybody. So they can get, it was like 3 different names that I saw that they can also get. What's the guy name? Not even Westbrook. I think Paul George wants Westbrook, but I don't think, what's the coach? Lou? I don't think the way he runs his system, I don't think he wants that. He's trying to get Terrence Mann and his younger boys to develop. So who did they pick up? Do you remember who they picked up? Because I think the Clippers are going to get pretty good too. Do you remember? Oh no, they got a post player that can score. They got a post player that can score. He's way better than Zubac. It was an upgrade to Zubac, and Zubac was nice.
Well, they got Plumlee, right? Plumlee?
Yeah, they got Plumlee from and he can score. That's a big difference. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I think Plumlee. I think his days is over.
You're very faint. I think we're saying the same thing. What were you saying?
No, I think Plumlee's best days are over. I think he's done. I think Zubac was better.
Oh, okay. Have you watched him play with the Hornets?
Yeah, I did. And I also watched Zubac play the Clippers. He does very well. Where did Zubac go?
He might still be. What I'm trying to say is he's more of a threat. They have to like spoon feed
I
Zubac.
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think more.
Okay, well, let me explain what I'm trying to say because I think that Zubac, he's not a passing post player. Plumlee can catch the ball in a high post, and he's not Jokic, but he can make that bounce pass. I've seen him make plays with the Mikal Bridges, the dunker dude, and with Ball. Like he can distribute the ball. He can catch the ball from the high post and immediately rip it, or he can face up and then go to work, take a dribble, and then kick it back out. He has more offensive skill than Zubac, in my opinion. And he can also run the floor better than Zubac, in my opinion. And he can rotate, help side defense better than Zubac, in my opinion. So I think that by that post player alone, he can help them. I think he will be better than Zubac. We can disagree on that, but I mean, just off of the little things that he's do that can help out the team.
So according to your knowledge, Zubac is still there?
If he's still there, I don't think he will get more minutes over Plumlee.
Okay, I was going to ask you. So according to your knowledge, do you think that Plumlee will eventually take Zubac's position?
Yeah, just based off of what he can do in that type of an offense.
That's a friendly bet. All right, I must say that Plumlee, if they're both there, Plumlee be a bench player all the way through to the playoffs. And during the playoffs, he'll be a bench player.
Okay, and you'll be saying because Zubac is better, or Zubac is more familiar with the system?
Better.
Better?
Yeah, better.
Okay. That's all right. I don't really want to give Plumlee too much. Well, we can just see what Plumlee's averaging. Why even play these games off opinions? But then that won't matter because you can wave it away if you don't want to do that. I'm sorry? Do you think that would be fair if we just put them side by side and they see their attributes? Or we just want to talk on opinions?
Relax. I'm trying to stop you.